On this episode of Team Building Saves the World.
What kind of expectations are we seeing out there from the office side and from the employee side?
I think from the employee side, let's start there, is employees are easily, especially introverts, are easily going and saying, I work really well from home. Did you not see the results that I created this past year from working at home? And being an introvert, I'm very happy to be at home by myself, right? Whereas extroverts are like, hell yeah, let's get back into the office. I miss people. I miss the conversations. Like, can we just all work in the lunchroom together and not like go to our own offices or cubicles? Okay. And so you're going to have this weird dynamic of people wanting to be able to choose where they work because they've had proof that it works. Right. Now, there are some industries where absolutely things have suffered because the lunchtime banter sometimes will solve problems that people didn't even realize they had. Okay. It's like that whole brainstorming thing where it just kind of comes together. And it's harder to do when you're by yourself and you're not in a Zoom meeting and so on. Right. It's not impossible. It's just more difficult. Now, bosses, they have their preconceived ideas of how business is supposed to work. And along the lines of being wrong or right, they've been challenged over the last year. There's a lot of people who are like, it only works if you're in the office, but then they've been sort of proven wrong over the last year that that's not the only way. Okay. You also have people who are interested in the financial side of things of like, hey, how much money did we save by not having an office? Or if we got rid of this monthly expense of this office space, what could we do instead with that money for this business? And so a lot of people's perspectives and expectations of how business is supposed to be run are kind of up in flux of like, what should we do? And hopefully the decision makers are kind of taking into account what the employees want. Because there are plenty of employees that are like, can I please just keep working from home? Sure. And there are some people who are like, I just heard a NPR something, but they were talking about people that have moved from like California to Idaho for cost of living because now they can work remotely. And now Idaho, like the retail or the real estate market is going through the roof because everybody's moving to Idaho. But what's next? Oklahoma, South Dakota. I mean, we don't know where it's going to happen next, but if people are allowed to work remotely, they can have these high paying California jobs, but then they move out to, someplace where the cost of living is a quarter of what it was. Now they're able to save money and do more with that money. So the whole world's changing in that aspect. And I think the expectation right now is just be ready for whatever.
Yeah, it sounds more like now people are dealing with the lack of expectation, the unknown, as it were, about how this is all going to function. Is that what you're seeing?
That's what I'm seeing. Is a lot of people are like, they're just like, because they haven't. None of us have experienced this before.
Right. Hello, team. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of that video. If you'd like to hear more from that podcast, you can follow the link down in the doobly-doo below. Of course, follow us on all of our social media at Team Bond Podcast, and be sure to leave us a comment that I can read aloud on future episodes. And as always, if you liked that video, don't forget to click like and subscribe. And if you didn't like the video, just shut up about it. Everything's going to be fine. See you next time, team.